Hi, this is a quick demo on rule-based, which is a version control for iRules natively on the Big IP via an iApps LX extension. And so this is the front door when you come into the app. It comes in with the iRules listed in flat. All the system iRules are hidden, which can be exposed in settings over here if you choose. But you can also set these to partition view, so you can have each of the partitions and the iRules that are in here. When you first install the extension, all of these labels will be new until you acknowledge them. You can acknowledge them individually. If I haven't been acknowledged those, there would be an acknowledge all button right here, and that would go ahead and send this to the OK state for each of these iRules. And so we can take a look at any one of these iRules. I'll do a very simple one just for demonstration purposes. Here is the view of an iRule, and you can look at the history of an iRule. You can see that there have been some changes here, and this is the rolling history starting at the bottom and rolls up over time. That's not to be confused with the actual versions. So you can see there's 4 historical events here, but there are only 3 versions of this iRule. And so if you wanted to take a view of the original and the latest, you can do a compare, and that will show you a diff down here at the bottom. You can see that in this case it was just a commentary. That's the only difference between these two iRules. But if I wanted to go ahead and roll back to this maybe original or maybe so the current one is the baseline. So I had rolled back, but if I wanted to go ahead and move forward to this version, I can come up to the versions, and then I can go ahead and deploy that. Actually, before I deploy that, I want to do something else so I can show you another feature. Here we have a webhook URL, and I have a secret associated with that. I had configured that, and so you can have webhooks. So if you want to send this kind of information to a Slack or Discord or whatever, you can do that. So with that running, let me just make sure my script is running. Okay. So I can put the listener on there. And then if I come back to rule-based and I go ahead and deploy this, note that you cannot deploy without a reason. Testing purposes during a demo, and I can deploy that. Now I am on that version, so I can come back to the history. Notice my history changed a little bit, and my reason is there. If I come back over to the audit, um, should have an audit there, and I do. It looks like my webhook delivery failed, although maybe that's something going on local because that did not fail. I actually got that webhook. It came through, and you can see testing purposes during a demo was the reason here. So that webhook delivered, and then we see that in the audit here as well. I'm not really sure why I saw the delivery. I'll have to look at that later. But if I come back to the overview, some of the other features here is if I come into edit mode and then if I want to go look at documentation, I don't have to go find that command. On Windows, it would be control click, but I have a Mac, and so I can option click here, and then that will take me to the documentation out on Claude Docs for the when command. And if you wanted to come out to any of these commands, it'll link. You can also just click in there. So if you're typing or editing, you click without the option. Early on, I hadn't built the feature yet, and so clicking it anywhere I wanted to edit it, and it'd take me out to documentation. It was super annoying. But that's been fixed. So option click, you're good. Otherwise, click, you're just going to land in there somewhere. But you can also go out to the TCL command out on there can return comes for us. But sorry, if I go to if, that'll take you out to the TCL for TCL 8.4 because that is 8.4.6 is what is built into the iRules engine. And so, reason verification, if we come, say we're going to continue to edit this, and if I remove this priority here, you'll notice that a warning pops up here. And so there's an iRules style guide on DevCentral that is very opinionated. James Decker, who built the VS Code iRules editor extension that folds into the F5 extension on VS Code, he has a lot of this functionality built in there. And so I folded in, the linting functionality into this tool. And you can enable and you can toggle all the different rules that are in there. But some of them, if we come over here to the or iRule, you can see that there's a couple warnings, but there's another warning here that says F5 and or. And the style opinion is that use the built-in tickle, binary, double vertical, lines there instead of using the word or and. But then there's also a second warning there. It's like the one line if, avoid a single line if statements, make sure you're using the multi-line form. So in this case, if I were to edit that, let me go ahead and click edit and click that onto a different line. Then let me pass that out. Okay, so that should have gotten rid of that one. And now the f and or is the only one that's there. But I have some informationals there too. Trailing white space, remove the trailing white space, so there's extra stuff there. And you have those little dots showing you that. So cleared up those informationals, and now I only have that. That is just information for you at the current setting. However, if we come out to settings and we change that from warning to strict mode, and just real quick before I go back, here are all the per rule styles that you can toggle on and off depending on what you want to see, what you want to value, and then in the underlying system files for this extension, you can add these, change these, remove these, whatever, but they present here into the tool right here in the settings. And so if I click that and save as strict, with this using the F5 one, I actually can't save and deploy. I can validate, but I cannot change this I can't save it to the system until I change that. And once that is gone, then with a reason, I can say updated to style recommendation, and I can save and deploy that. But if I again put this back to or, it's not going to actually save. So if I say here, boom, yeah, there's my lint error, and it won't let me do that. But if I change that to there, I still have these informationals, but it'll let me go ahead and validate that and save that. And so now of course I have that history event. Again, I have another webhook that presented here. And so I think, I was going to show the backup stuff. So you can back up as well. So if I back up the system, I'll download the backup. And what that does is this is all the metadata around the iRules. It's not doing like a quick view. It's not updating the big IP config. It is only downloading all the metadata from this tool. And so you'd be able to upload that when, if you do an update here, you lost your metadata, whatever, then you can choose the file and restore from a backup. If I were to come over to the system, let me launch this real quick. Go to TMUI and admin, and then so if I come in here and I remove one of these iRules, say cancel that. Let me go to my MPC. Is that where my OR file? Okay, so yeah, let me just remove OR1. Delete that. Gone. Boom. Deleted from system. That's bad. However, over here, if I refresh here, I should see an orphaned state when I refresh. And so now this is an orphan, and that means that it is in the versioning, but it is not on big IP anymore. So I could redeploy it from here, and it would, then you could, have your system back in sync with what's here. So if anybody accidentally deletes it from the system, you have any number of versions that you saved that you can deploy back. And but you can also choose a file, restore from backup. I put that out there. If there's any differences, it will merge in difference. But I'm local. It's saying it evaluates that it's the same. No need to import anything. But if it had changed, then you could. So say I remove that, delete all the history. It's orphaned. It's removed from the system. But you decide that you don't like that idea, and you want to be able to restore that. So you can see it's not there. If I come back, clicked it. If I go to backup, if I restore from backup, bring that in, it says there's one rule not there, so you can merge that in, and now boom, it's back. It's orphaned. I want to go ahead and put that back. Say I want this one restored, deploy, removed from system, restoring. Deploy that. And now we're back in good state. And of course, our history will share that. And all the audits are not just in the system. The system, when you update things here, it does go to varlog audit on the system. So any kind of changes you're making here, it will audit into the system. And so if you're logging from the box out to other things, you'll get those updates. So one thing, if I didn't put it in there, is dark mode if you care about that. And so now we're running in dark mode. And with that, and of course you can see your linting as well in dark mode. With that, I will end this tutorial, or the demo rather, on rule-based. And I hope you can get this in a lab, start to play with it, give me feedback, and HA will come for, if you have active systems. This will be, ideally you only want to do this on your active system, not your standbys. And so if you have it on one and you flip it to the other, the metadata that's in this tool won't be auto synced at this point. And so, you'll have to, do file system copies and all that. So HA is coming. Just haven't had time to build it yet. But it is out on GitHub, and I'll put that in the description. Thanks so much.